Right now we're just finished proofing. So I'm just going to give them a quick coat of egg wash. And then they go straight in this oven. So this egg wash is all. I'm filling these with a sweet corn filling today. Alright, that's oven number 1. It's very time consuming and labor intensive. I'm constantly testing. Even yesterday I was testing stuff like, if you're in the food industry and you think you've perfected something, you have not perfected something. Nothing gets perfected. There's always ongoing training still. Lots of research, new trends. But that's also what's fun about this industry. As a young business, you sort of growing up in this generation, you kind of have, like, I've realized that social media is definitely the key in terms of reaching out to your clientele. There's still a lot of, I feel like still a lot of business struggle to sort of get a grasp of how much of an impact social media actually has on the business if it's done well. If they come here once, they try their safe flavors, and if we make the safe flavors fine, and then we keep pushing all these flavors, then sooner or later we're gonna break through, and then they're gonna give it a go, and they're like, holy, you know. Okay.
I'm making a sweet corn filling for the croissants.
There's a few different ways of doing a session. We actually swap it up every week. So next week we won't be making a session this way, just to keep things a bit interesting, so it's not all generic and all stay the same. I mean, I say generic, but we only juggle between sort of
4 different flavors.
Yeah, 4 different sort of filling methods there. But
the sweet corn I'm filling is corny, which was good.
oh, really?
I was worried that I wouldn't.
So sweet corn tasting like corn. Would not have imagined this. We're going to finish off these filled croissants, sweet corn filled, and we've also got some choux on the cooling rack, cooling right now, and we'll get onto that after the croissants and tarts. We want our products to be made and transported out to the front and sold to the customer in the shortest time frame possible. I want our customers to experience our products as we would experience them ourselves, straight from the oven. So hence why 8 to 8:30 is very important, because we open at 8. We don't expect everyone to be here first thing on the dot. But even if they are, we still have some stuff out, as you saw with the trolley. But this just means that it's closer towards our peak time, which is between 9:30 and 1.
Nice.
Sarah's the master piper.
I'm not. This is nice. You can see the yellow.
Yes. Remember, you want like these ones here, those thick visible layers. Those are the nicest for themselves.
Is that one nice?
Yeah,
Do you prefer this one?
You see, no, this one, like these thick layers, they're nice. Wait, this one's quite nice. Like it's got.
This one's nice.
It's got thick layers.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know it's going to be full? Like, because I saw you passing it.
Consistency. You can feel it with your hands, how much goes in, and then afterwards we do we actually double check. So it takes us a long time to actually make these. I started this place off with just the basic knowledge of baking, right, from Japan. So I wanted to do the Japanese sort of breads, like the Asian style breads or the sausages. Well, frankly, it's the sausage bread, right? And which brings me back to what I mean by like growing up with, because if you grew up in Asia, you would have grown up with some sort of bread, some sort of Asian bread, soft and fluffy and sweet with a sausage inside it.
Was this one of the first recipes you ever learned?
Yes, actually it was. So yeah, this recipe holds quite a space in my heart.
Ew, you're so cheesy, Will.
It was true though. I used this recipe for a lot of different breads. Yeah. We actually call this a Frankie dough, just because this is what we call it now, the Frankie dough. Like Korean sausage breads are awesome. You know how they cut them and put them side by side? See, stuff like that, man. It's just like, it's just food of our people when we grew up, you know? It's just food of home. I want to bring that kind of stuff here. Right, these are gonna go to the store. This is actually just testing product, so obviously you can tell that I've put too much dough in there.
Right.
This is the first time I made them, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I said, always testing, right? But didn't come out that good today because it's a bit too much dough. Come on. Okay. Oh. Krube, croissant cube, Krube. It's pretty popular in Korea and Japan, I think. So these molds came from Japan as well. Always got to be safe options and adventurous options. 75% safe options, and then the rest adventurous and experimental items. This one's nice. See, this is what I was going for. So that's exactly what I was going for. That one there. The breakfast will be Sarah, then in the kitchen there'll be Daddy, there'll be Bailey, so Kitty. I like working by myself. I don't need to worry about anything else. I just kind of get in my own zone and just do my thing. It also gives me a chance to wake up because I'm actually not a morning person. It gives myself a couple of hours to sort of regroup before people come in. And then once that's pretty much baked, then it gives me a lot more freedom to just make stuff without a rush. But these are pretty much the most important things because that's why we make product, right? To get them out in the store for the customers. So there's no point of us making all these products but not getting them out on time. This is a hazelnut glaze. It's a hazelnut glaze with our mochiko, like our glutinous rice flour, just so it gives it that chewy texture. So it's kind of nice on the pastry as well because you have the flakiness of the pastry, but then you also have that nice sort of chew. Because eating is not just about flavors. You're sort of taking in on a lot of sort of visual aids as well as textural aids. These are just apricot puree. Just makes it easier for me to put them on this way without piping it.
What do you wish customers would do if they're taking away pastries?
Go home and air fry it, or buy it and eat it straight away in the mornings. If you're getting it later, go home and air fry it for even 2 minutes. Let it rest for a few more minutes. We're opening in half an hour, so just want to make sure the coffee grinds are all okay. So as soon as we open, as soon as the front of house team gets on, they don't have to worry too much. They can just get straight into it without worrying if the coffee grinds are going to be okay for the first customer. These are the raspberry pain au chocolats, and then I've got the regular pain au chocolats. So we do ours a bit different, we do ours bi-color. A lot of people would do them in the shape without the glaze. That's the more traditional way of doing them.
Can you just fire out some quantities of like how much butter you go through a week?
How much butter? 20 to 30 kgs of butter, of lamination butter. That's just butter for croissants.
And then what about flour?
Close to 200 kgs. Of flour a week, yeah. Because we want to make a lot of things, right? But obviously when you're making a lot of things, you kind of start, you get to the point where you start spreading yourself out too thin. If you do something well, just stick with that one thing. This is the pain Swiss with the inverted layers, the famous inverted layers.
In the mornings we do so many pastries, and like we do new things. I try to get photos of it, but it's like a juggle. I like to syrup my brioche. Ham, Gruyere and pecorino.
This one here. Ready?
It happens.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay, let's keep.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
normally takes between 3 and 5 tries.
We'll say she wants to get matching tattoos, I say.
How long have you two worked together?
5 years.
Since 2018.
Yeah. I can safely say I spend more time with Sarah than I do with my own partner.
And then I was like, you need to marry me first. Sorry, Yuki. We're just like cutting into the brioche so the ghosts don't tear it apart when they pick it up. Because we need to make everything like
super easy.
Yeah, because it gets so busy in front as well.
It's like a 2-minute job for us, but it ends up being like a good 10 minutes with the girls. So it's easier for us just to plan out everything from this side of the business.
Yeah.
And then that way there's less chance for error in the front.
Well, like this?
Yep. just three blobs. So.
It doesn't have to be super big.
No. So slowly. That's how you get the nice round.
So you think this is how it looks?
Yep.
You want
and
it
then
to
down.
look?
Oh, yep. Like that. Did you put a texture layer on side?
There is the jelly of the lamb curd, and then there's the mint cream.
Do you want to do a cross section of this one, just because it's overflowing already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Hi, Jenny.
Morning, Megan. Sweet corn. That's what I made. No, I'm kidding. I've got tarts and stuff coming as well.
Hi, Meg. Do you like my makeup? Can you take the Swiss roll up for me, please?
And put the tart in.
The lime meringue and mint one. Lime, mint, and meringue.
Yeah. What are these ones? Pear.
Pear, walnut, and spiced caramel.
Okay.
Our shoe is quite delicate, so I like to do it myself.
So how long have you been working with Will?
Oh, like 3 years. A long time. Most places are pretty stock standard and just sell the things that everyone wants to buy. So, yeah. Whereas here, like you've got that one day where we do something completely strange, and some people like turn their face up, or otherwise we just get queues and queues of people like today for it.
When you sort of sample all the customers, what does it really boil down to?
What do people think of LeBakermen? I would like to say a nice, happy place with lots of happy, attractive staff. Nah, good food, definitely good food. I hear a lot of people, like a lot of my friends go like, oh, I went to your work and it was really good food.
I've been a barista for like 15 years, but I've been working for here nearly a year.
Like for a busy cafe like this to function, what needs to happen in the team for it to all work?
Just good teamwork, good communication, just looking after each other and getting it done. And I think we're pretty good at that, especially on a Saturday. It's nuts like this all day, just about. No, we've got a really good team. Really good team, yeah.
Thanks for watching this video about us and an insight of what we do in the mornings at our cafe bakery. A special shout out to StoryBites for covering us and actually sort of bringing our story to life. And yeah, so make sure you do subscribe to them on their platforms, on social media platforms. I'm sure they'll be providing you a link. And as well, if you can, follow LeBakermen on Instagram or Facebook to see more creative content that we create. Thank you very much.